everyone, Yasas que to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today we're making a Greek-style pizza. It's called Ladenia. It's from the island of Kimolos. It's from the Kyklades in the islands of Greece. It's so simple. You just use basic, simple pantry ingredients. Tomatoes, they're in season right now, so they're nice and fresh and delicious. We top it with tomatoes and caramelized onions, a nice hit of oregano, and it's ready in no time. The hardest part of making this recipe is waiting for the dough to rise, which is always something that I hate to do because it takes kind of long. But you don't want to skip that step because you want it to get a really nice rise, so that way the pizza is nice and light. Let's make this together. In my mixing bowl over here, I'm going to add 2 cups of lukewarm water, 1 teaspoon of granulated sugar, a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, and 1.5 teaspoons of active dry yeast. I'll use the dough hook attachment to just mix everything all up, attach the dough hook to my KitchenAid mixer, and now this is just going to sit for 10 minutes until the yeast is nice and active. You'll know it's active once a foamy cloud appears on top. You're going to smell the yeast too. If that step doesn't happen, that means your yeast probably went bad and it's old, and then it's best to start with a fresh batch of all of these ingredients because this is the most important step for the dough to rise. This is going to get set aside while I prepare the dry ingredients. So in my big bowl over here, I have 4 cups or 615 grams of all-purpose flour. You can use bread flour for this if you have it. I'll add 1.5 teaspoons of salt, give it a nice mix, and then we can add it to the activated yeast mixture. So it takes about 8 to 10 minutes, like we said. This is what it looks like. I'll add the flour mixture a little bit at a time, along with a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Once all of the flour is in there, we're going to continue kneading this on low speed for 10 minutes. And this is going to be a sticky dough. You don't want this to be a tight, dry dough because this is going to keep it nice and airy and light. I'll add some olive oil to my large mixing bowl, transfer the dough to this, toss it all around so that way it's coated in the olive oil. Cover it with plastic wrap, and now this is going to get set aside in the warmest part of my house for about 1.5 hours or until it doubles in volume. You want this to rise really well so the dough is nice and light, and it just depends on the temperature. If it's cold, it'll take a little bit longer. If you're making this in the summertime, it'll rise faster. So we're going to set that aside, and then once the dough is almost ready, preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and then get the tomatoes and onions ready. So I have 2 good-sized tomatoes. I'll cut them in half and then slice them, put them in a bowl. I have a red onion over here, but you can use your favorite onion for this. Thinly slice that as well. Put the onion with the tomato in a bowl, drizzle lots of olive oil on top. We're going to season this with salt, freshly cracked black pepper, and lots of dried oregano. Give everything a mix so it's nicely coated. I'll drizzle a little bit of olive oil onto my work surface. I'm just using my counter over here. Transfer the dough to it, and I'll start spreading it out a little bit. You don't have to do this on the counter because then it's harder to transfer. It's better to do it directly on the baking pan that you're using. I'm using this large round aluminum pizza pan. I'll sprinkle a little bit of semolina flour on top. This is going to give it that pizza taste on the bottom, and it's also going to help keep the dough from sticking. I'll transfer the dough to the pizza pan and stretch it out so that way it's almost the size of the pizza pan. You don't have to use a pizza pan for this. You can use a 9 by 13 inch baking pan. You can also do this in a cast iron skillet, like a 12-inch round cast iron skillet would make a thicker lasagna, but it'll be hearty and delicious. There's so many ways to do this, but we're going to create a little pizza crust on the edges. The middle is going to be kind of thin, just the way a pizza is. I'll pour all of those onions and tomatoes and that olive oil and the juices on top. I like to spread the tomatoes out on the crust as well. Drizzle a little more olive oil over everything, and then I'll season it with a little more salt and some oregano. This is going to go in my preheated oven. Again, it's hot, nice and hot at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 200 degrees Celsius. I'll start it off on the middle rack. I don't have a pizza stone in this oven, but a pizza stone would make it cook so much better. If you have tiles or a pizza stone, let it warm in there while your oven is preheating. We're going to start it off for 25 minutes on the middle rack, and then I'll move it to the top rack for the final 10 minutes. It takes about 35 minutes for this to be ready. It's going to be nice and golden all around and crispy. You're going to want to let it sit a little bit so everything can settle and rest. And then you can warm it up a little bit before you serve it so it can be crunchy again. You'll notice that the crust is nice and crunchy. The inside of the bread is soft. The tomatoes and the onions kind of got caramelized in the oven, and they have so much more flavor that way. You can serve this as is, traditionally like this, or top it with feta cheese, or serve it alongside soups and salads and stews. It's so delicious. And there you have it. The Greek style pizza is ready. Traditionally we don't put cheese on top of this, but of course you can. You can put feta cheese on top maybe the last 10 minutes of cooking. Before you switch it to the top rack, you can sprinkle lots of feta cheese on top, mozzarella if you want, or Gruyere. Really, you can add your favorite toppings onto this. Sliced mushrooms would be great. Red bell peppers sliced up would be nice. But today I'm showing you the traditional classic way to make it. And then of course you can make it your own. It smells amazing and it's time to take a bite. Those roasted onions, they're everything. They're caramelized, so they're slightly sweet. The tomatoes, some of them melted into the bread. Some of them also got really nice and roasted. So they're very mild in there. I would totally top this with feta cheese the next time I make it. Or I might even warm it up in the air fryer later on and put some feta cheese on top so it can melt in there. So delicious. You can serve this bread as an appetizer at your next party, maybe with feta on the side or your favorite dips. You can serve this next to soup, salad, stews. It's absolutely divine. I hope you guys give this one a try. The full recipe can be printed out on the website, dimitrasdishes.com. I'll add more tips in there and ideas so that way you can make it your own. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes, us. That's so good.